YouTube? This is Dave with Unique Performance coming to you from the garage, and we are getting the K24 up and going. Finally got some of the parts that I needed for this build. Right in the middle of stabbing the crankshaft in, and so as you can see if I can see if you can see it right there, yeah. So I'm stabbing the crankshaft in right now, and then just did the bearing clearances. A-OK on the bearing clearance. Main bearing clearances are looking awesome. 2.5 thou, which is what you want for some turbo. And yeah, so what I got going on now, still, this is the first K24 that I've done. Done a lot of V8 stuff, so thought I'd take a swing. Well, I also done the D17 too, and I did a D16 way back in the day. So I've done some of the single cam stuff, not so much this dual overhead cam stuff. I haven't really messed with any of the B stuff or H stuff, but thought I would take a stab at the K series. So far so good. Had to get the thrust washers in here, but yeah, I got almost all my parts. Not too sure. I got everything cleaned up yesterday. Not too sure on this is a Z rod. So taking a look and doing all the measurements between the Z and the whatever regular rod that is on the first gen K series, there's not much difference. I mean, the only difference is just it's thicker here. We're still the same diameter here. It's thicker here, but that doesn't really matter. And then this is all the same. Got the rings gapped. We're gonna see. I can't remember exactly. I think I got 28 on the top and then like 30 on the bottom. Just because I ended up opening up the ring gap quite a bit. You know, if I end up wanting, you know, if I want to turn up the boost later on, you know, I have that option to do that. I'm right here. The motor's already, you know, torn apart. I might as well just take the extra time and open up the ring gap a little bit just to ensure that, you know, we can get to those higher boost levels if I want to later on down the road. So yeah, we're getting everything, got all the bearings all lubed up, everything's getting ready to get stabbed. You know, this is my first K, and just kind of taking my time with it. You know, that first initial build usually takes you, first build that you've never done before, usually takes you some time because you got to sit here and do the research and you know, try to figure out the procedures on putting you know, a motor you've never done before together. That's usually how it is. You know, the first LS that I ever did, you know, it took me a while. It took me a couple of days to put it together because I had to figure out everything. But after, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, it gets simpler and simpler and simpler. You start learning all the tricks of the trade. But anyway, so I will bring you guys along for this journey. I am gonna get this crankshaft installed, and then I'm gonna check the bearing clearances on the rods, make sure that the rod, I'm gonna hang piston on the rod and then put it in, and then we're gonna rotate it, make sure that we have no, you know, craziness going on where I have to take the girdle back off and maybe shave some of it off or something like crazy like that. Hopefully I don't have to do any of that. Okay, everybody, back with the K24. Yes, we have ran into a problem. Houston, we ran into a problem. So these bushings for these Z rods, this one's completely froze. It only go into about that far. This one gets to this point right here, and then it, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the pin is not going all the way through. It gets to that point and it just binds up. It doesn't even go all the way through the pin bore. So that's telling me that whoever pushed these or pressed these bushings in, they probably didn't press them in correctly, and it tapered or smashed the end of it, and so it's not allowing the pin to go all the way through. These ones are okay. I'm probably going to have to take all these into the machine shop. These two seem like they're okay. I'm not getting any crazy feelings or anything like that. Everything seems fine with these ones. It's just these two are going to be the problem childs right there. So I did want to point out something. So I pressed one of the piston, or took one of the pistons off the rod. So this is the stock K24A4. Yeah, this is a K24A4 block, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, K24A4. This is the K24A4 rod that came out of it. So this is the Z rod. So I think it's like 2008, newer. And you could just see the difference. I mean, the big end of the rod is way more beefier. Even right here, it's a lot more thicker. And then another thing that I noticed was the pin bore. So the pin bore, I mean, I've got let's take the pin out real quick. But you can tell there's just more meat around where the pin boss goes, and I mean, just the difference right there. So I'm thinking these rods should handle quite a bit of boost. This rod, not so much. I would be a little bit eerie just running 5 pounds on this rod. Maybe 10 might be pushing this rod. I don't think I would try to go past 10 pounds of boost on this. Yeah. This rod looks like it can handle a lot more power. Another thing too is, the thickness right here. If you turn the rod, sideways this way. I don't know if I can get this. See if I can kind of stand this up. But you can just tell right here too how much more thicker the rod is. It's a lot more thicker, so it has a lot of width to it too. So there's so that's why I chose these rods. I could have went with the K24A2 rod, but even looking at the K24A2 rod compared to the Z rod just seemed like it was a better choice. And I already stuck the rod in the block, and the only thing is I didn't hang the piston on, so that's the other thing I need to check to make sure that the rod's going to clear everything, which I think it should. The blocks pretty much are the Z block, and then the regular K block are pretty much the same. Other than there's a couple of differences, but it should fit. Everything should work. I wouldn't see why not. So this is the only thing that we're hung up on right now. So I'm going to probably go down to the machine shop tomorrow and see if they can't just fix these guys right here. Actually, it's these guys right here. If they can't fix these guys, whatever I need to do, if I need to push in, press in some new bushings, or if they can hone these out, I'm not sure what they can do as far as trying to fix this. So when I go to the machine shop, I'll figure out what the best plan strategy. But I thought I'd just share that as far as the rod differences. Not so beefy. Beefy. So I think this would be the combination to go with. Other than the piston, I didn't do a forged piston. I just did a standard hyper-eutectic piston. I don't really plan on. I don't really need to take the pistons out. They're just a standard hyper-eutectic piston. I didn't really need to do a forged piston. I don't. Yeah. I mean, if I could push 350 out of this build, then that would be great. Not really looking to, make 500, 600, 700 horsepower out of this motor. That just gets, 500 horsepower on the street just is more than enough, really. It's just all about more or less being able to keep it together, keep the parts from flying out of the side of the block, and keep the transmission happy too, because I really don't know what I've got. I've got this transmission I pulled out of I think it's a 2003 Honda Accord manual, so I really don't know how much power these transmissions can hold up to. I know the Type S transmission, that's the transmission that everybody uses, and I know that transmission, they push that transmission to pretty high levels. But this transmission, I don't really see anybody using it. And another thing too, it's a 5-speed. So I was kind of looking for a 5-speed so that I didn't have to, I really didn't want to change the gear shifter out of the other car. I kind of wanted to just keep all that the same. I'm not sure when I get to that point. I'm hoping that all this stuff will work. We're going to put this off on hold, and then I'll bring you guys back when I start getting the bottom end assembled. Anyways, again, this is Dave with D&E Performance. Thanks for stopping by the channel, checking out the content. If you guys like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment, all that good stuff. If you have any information, or you just want to troll, I don't even care about that. Go ahead, do whatever. I'll catch you guys on the flip.